This is the brand new flagship action camera from Insta360 that's not a 360 camera, the Ace Pro 2. It's an 8K AI-powered camera that uses a lens developed by Leica. Now, this camera has a few features that I think make it the best motorcycle action camera for anyone who wants to do more than just get POV footage. And don't worry, I'll get into that. But first, full disclosure, we do have a partnership with Insta360 with their 360 cameras, not their traditional action cameras. So while yes, they did send this to me to review, I was under no obligation to say nice things about this camera. And I'm probably gonna say some things about this camera that I'll bet Insta isn't going to be crazy about. But let's dive into why you clicked on this video. You wanna know why I think this is the best motorcycle action camera, at least for my use case and probably yours as well. Let's talk about video quality first. Every one of the flagship action cameras are going to give you brilliant video. You've probably watched a few reviews where they put them all side by side, and it's hard to tell them apart. It's less about which one of these is best and more about which one of these is best for you. So here's the thing. No matter which action camera, you'll record some footage and then you're gonna go open it up on your computer and it's gonna look absolutely incredible. And then you make your sick edit and you upload it to YouTube and then you go look at it online and it's not gonna look nearly as nice as it did on your computer. No matter how awesome the footage looks, doesn't really matter because each platform is going to re-encode your video to their specs. They're gonna shrink the file size and optimize it for web playback. All of these cameras shoot better than whatever codec Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok is gonna downgrade your footage to. So try not to get too caught up in image specs. You see, my degree and my training is actually in journalism, broadcast journalism to be specific. And I'm gonna share with you one of the most important rules of videography. Most folks think that good video is good video, color depth and apertures and f-stops and what have you. And they'll go out and they'll spend a fortune on the best camera they can get their hands on and they'll run it at the highest quality settings. But the truth is, good video is good audio. Within reason, the quality of the video image is almost inconsequential compared to the quality of the audio. And that's where the Ace Pro 2 really shines. So let me show you something. On every single action camera I own, you're gonna see these fuzzy things. These are called the dead cat. They reduce wind noise. I have them stuck over every microphone on every camera I use, and I'll put a link to them down in the description if you want to try them on your cameras. But every action camera I've owned since my first GoPro Hero 2 in 2011 has just garbage audio quality. Especially when they're in a windy environment. You know, like a freaking motorcycle going 80 miles an hour. And this has been something I've been complaining about action cameras ever since the very beginning. The Ace Pro 2 is the very first action camera that solves this. And this alone should make it your first choice. It's using this brilliant wind guard that snaps over the microphone. And oh, what a difference it makes. That in and of itself puts this camera on the top of my list. But there's more than just that. In the past, if I needed to plug in a microphone, I've always had to use this idiotic mic adapter or this stupid media mod. Actually, the media mod's not that bad. The Insta is better in at least it's small and it attaches to the camera. But I would record my voice in one place. Last year, Cardo gave us the option to record audio onto the Cardo app. That was awesome. And then I would capture natural sound on a second device. And then I would honk the horn on the bike so that I could sync up the two audio sources from the two different places. 3, 2, 1. It worked, but what a hassle. But now the Ace Pro 2 allows you to sync up to a Bluetooth microphone. You know, like the one that's already in your helmet with your Cardo. And what's even better, when you open your footage in the Insta app, You can use this slider to zero in on the voice or the sound of the engine or get a nice balanced mix.
I think the genius of what Insta has done with this little action camera, right? I have this little screen, I can look at myself, I can make sound.
Seriously, this is a really big deal. Nobody wants to listen to a video of just wind noise. Good natural sound is so important, but the ability to easily add in my voice. Listen, if you want to start vlogging, and seriously, I kind of think you should, it has never been easier. But let's hit on some other key features that matter to us as riders. The Ace Pro 2 also has the widest angle lens, 157 degrees. Well, why does that matter? The wider the lens, the faster the video feels. Perception of speed changes with field of view. We want it to look like we're hauling the mail, even if we're going below the speed limit. So we want a lens to be as wide as possible. And lastly, there was that thing I said about AI up at the beginning, right? So the other really cool thing about the Ace Pro is how it actually records the video onto the SD card. So most cameras first encode the footage and then they use some internal processing to tweak the colors and adjust it and make it look better. The Ace Pro 2 adjusts the footage before recording it onto the SD card. Now, the best way I know how to explain why this is a big deal is to talk about my grandma's spaghetti sauce. When it's still in the pot, it's really easy to make adjustments. Add a pinch of salt, a dash of oregano, whatever, to get the flavor just right. Because once you pour the sauce over the spaghetti, it's a lot harder to make changes to how it tastes. The Ace Pro 2 has two separate chips, an image processor and an AI chip that each handle image processing. And it makes adjustments to the quality of the video. It picks out all the good pixels before actually recording the video onto the SD card. Now, I think it's this AI tech that makes the nighttime quality of this camera beyond anything else I've ever seen. Now, for me, shooting in the dark isn't really a high priority, but I can't deny it is insane how good low light video looks on this thing. Now, all action cameras have these big screens. Most of them have one in the back and one on the front. But the Ace Pro 2's flip screen flips up so that if you're filming yourself, you can make sure you're actually in the shot. There's also, and this is genius, a Dashcam setting where it'll just keep recording everything on a loop. Most every dedicated Dashcam I've used, the video quality is worthless. And I can barely read license plates in all but ideal conditions. But the fact that you can get broadcast quality footage and loop it like a dash cam, that's super cool. And there are a ton of AI editing features and tricks built into the app, so you can create short clips in seconds. Now, to be honest, I do think the Ace Pro 2's 8K video recording is a little bit of a gimmick. But I also think that's how they got the two-chip AI thing to work so well. It does have the smallest battery of the big three flagship action cameras, but it also came with two batteries in the box, so that's cool. And then lastly, let's talk about overheating. Here's the thing about overheating action cameras. They are all prone to overheat when you max out all of the settings. And most of those maxed out settings are placebo quality because a lot of it you can't really see and the rest of it goes out the window as soon as you upload it anywhere. If you want to get great motorcycle footage with any of the action cameras, only shoot in 24 or 30 frames per second unless you plan to slow down a shot. High frame rates just work the camera harder and make your file size massive. I shoot everything in 24 frames per second because you get more motion blur, which makes the footage feel faster. And then I run it in the widest mode you can. Most image stabilizers crop the image to do the stabilizing. I sacrifice stabilization for a wider angle. And lastly, run an ND filter. ND filters are like sunglasses for your camera. It protects the lens and allows it to shoot at a more open aperture and a slower shutter speed, which gives you better depth of field and that desirable motion blur that makes it feel like we're going fast. When I take any camera out of the box, I basically slap an ND16 filter on and then forget about it. Oh, and that's something else I just love about the Ace Pro 2. The ND filters go over the lens with a magnet. So easy. But also if it's getting dark at the end of the day, I can take the ND filter off and just put it in my pocket. Whereas on the GoPros, anyway, if you'd like me to make a video where I share my settings and tricks that I think work the best for getting good motorcycle footage, let me know down in the comments. So yeah, those are the reasons why I think the Ace Pro 2 is the best action camera for motorcycles, at least for now. Now, because Insta360 gave me this camera, they also gave me an affiliate link and a coupon code. If you think this is the camera for you, it'll save you a little bit of cash. And also, because this pairs so well with the Cardo, and we are also sponsored by Cardo, I put our coupon code for Cardo down in the description as well. If you don't already have a camera or are looking for a new one to share your epic motorcycle adventures, there's never really been a better time. It's easier than it's ever been, and the quality is absolutely stunning. Links and coupon codes are in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Ride on and ride well.